Hi, this is Gail and welcome to my channel. Now today I thought I would show you a couple of pretty easy pockets. They aren't ones that Dee Dee has done so far, and I just thought I would continue with a video a day, and so let me show you. First of all, let me show you what I've done. I did tell you I was going to add some words, so I put a little title, Gail's sample book, to this little hidden pocket, and I did add the other little booklet here at the back. I glued down the little belly band to hold it in, and there isn't anything spectacular inside, just our hidden writing area and the tag. But I wanted to show you that that's what I had done. So moving along, just a reminder, we did these. That's the magnetic one. We did these. We've done these. I really like that green paper. Too bad I didn't have any more of it. And I will glue those in once I decide if I'm using them in my botanical or not. And let me show you with this reminder. This is a long pocket. This is a long pocket, and this is a belly band slider. Boop. This one has a pocket here, a tuck spot here, a little bitty tuck spot there. You go in here and you go in there as well, and yes, up here too. So that's got a lot of goodies. Okay, then we have this one, which, as you recall, there, it's an envelope with pocket here and a pocket here. Closes back up, and there's a pocket there. Okay, made about 4 of those. Woo! Then we had this lovely, the triple one, which looks like a little collar. Pocket, pocket, pocket. And I have this one. And then, of course, remember, there's the pocket behind. Then we have these that we made that open up. You can put little goodies inside. And over here, remember, these are the same, and I just decorated them up a little bit. This you have not seen me make, but one of my very first videos was of me showing how to make this, and this has a lot of tuck spots and hiding places. So there's a tuck there, there's a tuck in here, there's a tuck here, there's a tuck here, a tuck here, or a pocket, whatever you want to call it, and one here. And I have put it on with transport, so you can leave it open like this, flip it over like this, or flip it over like this. This is out of map paper. Now, I did another one over here, and this one I attached along this edge, and this one has the same amount of folds and pockets. It's just attached differently, so it can be, well, you can't even see that. It can be a flippy-outy one. Okay, and then you can have a lot more stuff here on the page, but it's still there on the edge. Now, you could also take this, if it weren't attached, and you could just lay it open across the paper, the page, like that as well, or the other way, it doesn't matter. And, use a paper clip. and keep it on. Or if you made it even wider, you could put it actually in the signature as a page. And so yeah, that's another possibility. Now, if you want to see how that one is made, I will link the video for that. No sense in redoing what I've already done. But it's a really cool pocket fold. Okay, so today, now this one was made by a lady by the name of Corey. Just happened to flip through and see her video. Super easy pocket to make. It's actually 3. And look how cool is this. Boom. You can write. This holds this down. Uh-oh, apparently too well. That opens up. Okay. That keeps it from opening. Then you pull this tag out. And voila. And there's an opening up here. And this tag here. So, pretty cool. Now, I haven't taken time to decorate these, remember? Now, I was thinking to keep this down, you could always use a paper clip, or, you know, they have those little Tim Holtz brads that are sort of like a little arrow, so you put the brad in and it would hold this down because it spins, that little arrow point spins, so could do something like that. Then, I have another pocket that I thought I would show you. This one, Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah and Gail Augustinelli have been making, but I remember Wendy from Wendy's Journal Adventures making this a long time ago. I know I had made one before, or something very similar to this. And again, I haven't glued it down because one of these two is going to be going in my botanical journal. Now, look how easy this is. Okay? Now, you could leave it like this and glue this, and then you have 2 pockets, and yeah, be done with it. But when you cut it and fold it back, you then can do the little flip thing. Okay? And then have something over here as well. So that's kind of cool. Also, you could, and I think that's one of the things Tina did, was she attached another piece of paper here and made this a pocket. So, you could have this be able to flip out and still be a pocket, or still fold it down, glue it down, and you have a pocket inside the pocket and then a pocket behind the pocket. Okay? So, and depending upon what paper you use, this can also be an area for writing. Okay? So, I did a bigger version here, so you can see. Same paper though, because it's what I had. So, this was super, super easy. So, how about we start with that one? I just thought I'd show you these two. And because they were so easy. But you know, I want everything, a sample of everything in my idea book. Easy to hard. And so I think it's important that, you know, we take time and put them in. And that's why I put one of the map folds in. Because if I hadn't, I probably would never do it. And then I wouldn't have a sample and I would forget to use it, right? So we can't have that. That's for sure. Now, I will tell you that this is, I believe, an 8x8. It is. It's an 8x8 square. You don't have to use anything this big. I think Tina suggested that you use a square. I personally don't think it has to be. It just depends on what size and shape you want in your paper. So, whatever you choose to do, go for it. It depends on how big, excuse me for yawning, you want your pocket. Do you want it this wide and this tall? If you want it smaller, then go down to like a 6-inch square. It's all up to you. You choose. So you see, I folded it in half, and I've creased that. Now, Tina didn't even measure, but you know, I like it to be midway. So my way of finding midway is just folding it and doing a little crease there so I know. If you want to be more exact than that even, well then you can go ahead and measure and mark and do it that way. The thing is, you're not going to cut all the way through. You're only going to cut to the fold, okay? And now I really probably should have done it on this edge because that's where I'm going to start cutting, right? Okay, but again, I'm only going to cut to here. So, here we go. Right there to the fold, right? Okay, so there we have it. Now, I want to use my thumb notch because I want to be able to get into that pocket. And again, I'm going to just crease it there to find center. And then I don't like them to be real deep thumb notches, so boom, there you go. Now again, I want to do that up here because I want that to have a thumb notch as well. So, boom, there we go. Super easy. It's at this point that you're going to want to do some distressing if you distress. Okay, and again, I apologize for the shadows. It is evening. I do have lights on, and it's just reality. Okay, and I'm just going to go around the outer edge first. Okay, I'm going to get that notch area. Going to get the bottom. Okay. Going to get the notch area. Already got the bottom. Now let's get the back. Just right there. It depends on what you're doing with it, so I'm going to go ahead and distress the back, even though it's probably all going to be glued down. Just in case, I'll be all set. Okay, so now we'll do the inside. Get that part. Hope everybody's doing well and recovering from the chaos that has occurred in our country. And I think I just ripped that, but that's okay. It's going to be fine. Okay. Get that thumb notch. Okay, I think I got that taken care of. Alrighty. So, thought I had it upside down there for a minute. Wouldn't be beyond me to do. Okay, so basically, all I have to do now is glue this around here, outside and bottom, and that's it. Again, I'm using the Fine Line Red Top glue, and I'm liking it so far. So, okay, so go over here. Oh yeah, made a mess. Okay, And I'm not going to glue this down in my book yet, but remember, you can glue it down like that. Just glue down here and along here. Oh, and along here. And you'll have a little tuck spot in there. And if you want, you can just leave it like this, glue the bottom and here, and then you have two pockets. So it works in a lot of ways. Pretty easy peasy, right? So, all right, let's move on to the next one because that was super easy. Now, for this one, I have some measurements for you. Okay, this is great for using up scraps. It's book pages, music paper, all those kinds of things. I am right now just using some scraps of tea-dyed paper, okay? Tea or coffee. Can't remember which. It looks more like coffee, to be honest, because of the coloration. So, what you're going to need are 2 sheets that are 3.5 wide by 7 long. Now, that's to fit the size book that I have, which I think the height is pretty much normal for most journals. If you want it smaller, then you are going to want your length to be shorter, and you may not want your fold to be quite as deep. Okay, but now remember, in here is where you're going to have writing or be able to write. So, if you're using just something that doesn't have a design or words on it, then you don't have to worry about which way you fold it. But if you have something with a design on it, and let me show you something like this paper, and again, this paper, it doesn't matter, but let's say we had words, and let me find a piece, because I have a piece. Okay, here's a piece of Spanish dictionary. Okay, if I want to fold this flap down, notice that's going to be upside down. So what I need to do is put it upside down and then fold it, and voila, that's going to be right side up for me to read it. ¿Dónde está el depósito de equipajes? Okay. So, interesting. Where's the luggage office? Yep. Okay. So, anyhow. So just keep that in mind when you're using paper, music paper, text. Okay, so you'll have to be cautious about that. Okay, so 3.5 by 7 inches. Then you need one that will be 3.5 wide but only 6 inches. That's because this is going to be your bottom one, and you don't need it to extend below for gluing. It would look funky if you did that. You want it to end at the bottom of your long pocket so that when you flip it up, you don't see stuff extending beyond. Okay? Super easy. Okay, so you have your 2 pieces. Whatever you decide you want for your top piece is up to you, depending upon how you want the design to look as you look down the page. Okay, so what I did was I folded down 3 inches for the flap. Okay, 3 inches. I felt like that was a deep enough flap that you could get some pretty decent writing in on a flap that side, right? Plus, you're going to have your pockets. So, hey, Okay, then the other one again, you fold it down. You'll want 3 inches. What I decided to do, because the designs were similar, and the top one and the bottom one was to put so that the polka dots were in between. Okay, and it got darker at the very bottom. Now this bottom one is shorter, So, you're going to be gluing down only on the sides of any of these. That's it. This one, you could glue down the bottom, but truthfully, you don't have to. So even this is super easy. So let me show you how I glue it down. Pretty easy peasy. Okay. And let me come over here, pull this back out, put it over here with that other one. That will have a separate page. Okay, so gluing. I'm only going to glue on the sides. And I start at the top because I want to make sure that I get it lined up pretty well. I made it sort of equidistant on either side here. Left just a little fraction of an inch at either place, right? So I'm going to pull these out so I can see how it looks when I get the other one done, okay? So, that was like, what, maybe a 1/4 of an inch up there at the top. Can't leave too much because I made the size flaps that I did. And you want to make sure it's straight so your whole pocket isn't lined up crooked, which that would be me. Par for the course, right? And I gave enough distance on either side of these for my tags, and in a minute I'll tell you what size those tags are. And this is super easy. You line it up to the flap, but you want to be able for the flap to open, right? This is actually cardstock that's been, I believe, coffee dyed. So it's pretty heavy duty. And then down here, now, for some reason, I don't know what I did, but I seem to have, I'm going to have to cut this off a little bit, but that's okay. Don't know. The other one worked fine. So, yeah, you never know, do you? Okay. Let's see. There. There we go. And really, does it matter if they're all the same? It doesn't. And in fact, the lady that showed us this initially, Corey, hers were, she made them different sizes even. So you can do that as well. And I will link her video below as well, because she's the one I got this idea from. And I'll link Gail and Tina's as well, so you can see them do them. And the other pocket. And I think they even decorate theirs. And like I said, at some point I will go back and decorate. And you notice I did go back and decorate some. But I figure you know how to decorate. You don't really need to see me do that. You can do that on your own. And then when I'm done, I can show you. Maybe that'll give you some ideas too, but I'm sure you guys are proficient at that. Okay, so let me show you. You put this in here. That holds that flap down. You put this in here. That holds the middle flap down. And notice that'll come out the bottom if you want it to. Like a belly band. I don't need it to. If you think it's too loose and you don't want to take that chance, you can always glue the very bottom here. I just didn't feel the need for it. And then up here, this fits in here. And again, this will go all the way down if you let it, because we haven't put glue on the bottoms. Now that's up to you too. If you don't want that to occur, you can put glue on the bottom. but I feel like that limits. Maybe you're going to have one really long tag you want to put in here. So there you have it. So that's 2 new ones for you. And like I said, I will link the people that made those below. And I hope you found that something to inspire, something to get your creative juices going. Hopefully you will be able to get out there and create, make some art, take your mind off of everything, find what gives you joy, focus on that. Alrighty, take care, stay safe, and stay healthy. And until next time, bye.